this country, it's like a woman, a beautiful woman. Hold on. More you touch Australia, more you want it.
It's Swiss Tony. Only JC doesn't need fine wines or Belgian chocolates to work his magic.
He can pour on the charm. And there's a lot of ladies who can attest to that.
There's an alleged story that he actually propositioned one of his publicists between floors in a lift and assured her that they could complete the act in that time. He was dumbfounded when she turned him down. Partly, I think, that somebody had said no to him, but the other thing was he couldn't believe that she didn't actually appreciate the brevity of the courtship.
Give me a break.
All right, then. Coming up in part 3, JC hits a career high with even more fighting.
Yeah, good.
But though the world's at his fighting feet, fame, temptation and Mr. Sausage combine to take their toll on the Belgian superstar.
Let me show you the way I eat. My wife make those plates in advance, like spinach, lasagna. They're already in advance. I've got all those plates, and I drink like rice milk, vitamins, and everything like that, you know? All good stuff.
Bon appetit, viewers. Tonight we've been tasting the innards and outards of the enigma that is Jean-Claude Van Damme to find out what makes him tick.
He doesn't like to talk too much about himself like that. He gets very weird.
I interviewed Jean-Claude Van Damme a number of years ago, and I found him to have enormous charm.
How do I look on a wide angle lens? We're having fun, huh? The guy will not kiss.
He has amazing enthusiasm. He goes off sometimes in wild dreams, but why not?
That camera looked like a huge mosquito.
I think Jean-Claude's very easy to interview. You can actually ask some sort of like controversial questions. He won't necessarily answer them, but he will actually acknowledge that you've asked it and so then completely veer away from into another area.
Do you get over to London very often?
Yes, I go to Belgium about 4 to 5 times a year, and I've got a grandma.
If you're kind, you would call him mystical. Other people might call him slightly batty.
I think over the years, Jean-Claude Van Damme, because he's been in the spotlight and because he's been asked some fairly probing questions, has wanted to become deeper than he actually can become. He's not good when he gets on to touchy-feely philosophy.
It's not about being happy on the outside. I mean, happy on the outside. To be happy on the outside, you have to be happy on the inside. And that's the problem. What happened here? Somebody's sick here?
Oh, time for more fighting. One of the kids has dented the sunbed.
You know about it already.
No, I didn't. It was not as dented as this.
Where's Bianca?
She's not fine.
It's not good. Okay, that's it. Finish.
C'est un gars volontaire, obstiné, que j'adore. He's an obstinate man who I adore. He is impossible to live with. He doesn't delegate. He wants to do everything himself. But I love him. He's my brother, and he'll never change.
I think we should take him out of the program until we can run some tests on him and find out what's going on in his head.
With 1992's Universal Soldier, JC showed he knew exactly what he was doing. His salary leapt from $70,000 to $1 million a film. He'd officially arrived in the Hollywood big league, and that's official. Really, we checked with someone who knows.
The Elmer scale is the stock market index for the stars. Sheer acting ability and range is not what it's about. It's much more about your box office, and it's much more about your career management. In 1992, he was up to 84 points out of 100. That's the highest he ever got in our scale. He was right up there with Bruce Willis. He was right up there with the top of the line.
With Universal Soldier, there's real money behind him. The industry were starting to believe in him quite seriously as a parallel, or a usurper, if you like, of Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Say goodnight, asshole.
Good night, asshole.
Universal Soldier was about these cryogenically preserved soldiers, reanimated and used for the military as a secret weapon. Dolph Lundgren starts getting his memory back.
You little traitor.
When he was a psychopathic soldier right before dying. And then Jean-Claude getting his memory back as well. Has to then stop him from going on a rampage.
I'm giving the orders from now on.
Universal Soldier, I thought, was brilliantly done. I mean, as much as it was a rip-off from, like, RoboCop and Terminator all thrown together with the two of them.
And that's great! More fighting! Lorry chases, villains and heroes who won't die, a feisty heroine. It may well be an Arnie fest, but no one can say, "Hasta la vista, baby," like our hero.
Where are your clothes?
Whose famed buttocks by now seem to be developing their very own acting career.
Shame on you.
Doing comedy.
I have to go down.
There really should be an Oscar, shouldn't there, for the best bum on screen. I think Jean-Claude Van Damme would win it hands down.
Oh, come on, then, not this again, huh?
Viewers confused by all this arsing around needn't worry. Highly perceptive reporter Ronnie's on hand to ask all the key questions.
Who the hell are you? You push a car faster than my mother drives. You use ice like other people use Band-Aids. And then you run through walls.
She also reaches all the obvious conclusions.
Are you from France or Canada or... I mean, I figured you gotta be French or something because of your accent.
What accent?
I'm not speaking very good English. I've got a Belgian accent, I don't know what, but I mean, you know what? I don't care.
Elle est très jolie ta bicyclette.
Is that French?
But if the feeling is right, then the word will be really, you'll feel those the words.
I don't want to hurt you.
Universal Soldier was the biggest hit of his career, grossing $100 million worldwide. But things were set to go pear-shaped, or rather, perfect hourglass-shaped. Enter Darcy Lapierre, ex-model, brazen temptress. In a word, trouble. Her seduction of JC fast became the stuff of tabloid legend.
Darcy rang him up and said, you know, I'm sprawled on my bed and I'm waiting for you.
It's like something out of a very bad bodice ripper. Apparently she ordered him to her bedroom.
It was a critical point in Van Damme's career as he dumped Gladys and married Darcy at a Buddhist ceremony in Thailand. On screen, he was going from strength to strength. Time Cop was another massive worldwide smash, his biggest hit in the States. And he was then voted the People's Choice to front 1994's movie adaptation of video game Street Fighter.
Kids are saying the person we want to see in this role is Jean-Claude Van Damme. Now, you know, without having to push yourself onto the public is really pushing you and saying, you know, we're really interested in this guy, give us more of him.
And who wants to go with me?
Van Damme earned every penny of his career-high $6 million fee, armed with only potentially lethal hair, some guns, bombs, mates...
Charlie, it's me!
And a very small knife. He must beat the clock to rescue hostages from this evil dictator.
Anyone who opposes me will be destroyed.
Along the way, he encounters several evidently lost souls, Shakespearean diplomats.
Have you lost your mind?
Her off ER. A terrifying giant torturer. Hang on, that's Joe Bugner. Best punch he ever threw.